Welcome, welcome. I am back, and today I'm a bit, doing a bit awkwardly. Hi, hiker, Bernard. Hi, hiker, welcome. But otherwise, I'm mostly doing quite well, actually. Like, surprisingly well. Oh, voice quiet compared to the music, right? Okay, that should fix it. Okay then. Hi hiker everyone. Hi hiker. Hopefully everyone's having a good day, because today is also a very good day for me. Mainly because I'm returning from my semi-hiatus, if that is what you would like to call it. Anyways, it's been a while since I've been streaming regularly for anything other than like just the occasional Silksong stream, the occasional Yu-Gi-Oh stream, stuff like that. But today I plan to change that. Well, not today, but in the upcoming weeks and months, and generally this year, I plan to change that, ideally, but hopefully it will be quite nice, quite enjoyable, and quite great for everyone. Also, hi hiker, Big Plays, Skyhawk, Travis, welcome. Hopefully everyone has been having a good day, because I have been having a good day, yeah. Anyways, I am going to give you a quick little life update as to how my thing is going. How my life is going, not thing. That would be a little weird to say thing without specifying that it's actually my life that I'm giving you an update on. Maybe it's things as a better description. An update on things, yes. An update on things. So, with that said, I have a list of things that might be a bit silly, but I created a list of things that I want to keep as, like, that I want to always make sure to have as principles in content creation. So, like, I made it a bit back, but I am planning to implement it now as I am streaming in my regular streams, Also, hi hiker, Lord Takeo. Hi hiker, welcome. Anyways, to explain, I am having sorry about that. I just got sidetracked and distracted by a thing. Anyways, regardless, as I was trying to say, I have made a list of principles. I need to do a thing with my devices and stuff that blocks off all my other computer stuff while I am streaming, except for the stuff that I am streaming about and with and stuff like that. Regardless, hopefully everyone's day is going quite well, because mine is, I already said that like twice. Hopefully it's not that jarring, if anything. But yeah, as I said, a while back, created a set of streaming principles and principles for YouTube video creation as well, though the latter doesn't matter as much, so either way, regardless, I am going to be using them to the best of my ability and following them too. Yay! Delicious water, how I love thee. Water is nice. Water is soft? Would you consider water soft or is water hard? I mean, like, actually, I am getting distracted off the topic which I was trying to talk about, which was streaming principles. Streaming principles, yes. So, streaming principles. Okay. Also, hi Hiker, Shadow Paladin. Hi Hiker, welcome. And that is an alarm telling me that I need to drink more water, which I should do. I have set a number of alarms on my phone because I forget to drink water during the day. So I have to set an alarm telling me, hey, you should drink water right now, even if you're not feeling particularly thirsty or anything like that. But anyways, regardless, streaming principles. I created a set of them. Set of them meaning 20. I have yet to put them into practice yet because I have yet to come back into content creation until like today. I've been planning to for a while. Like initially my plan was to do this in January, but instead I decided to, well, less decided and more my difficulties with keeping myself on top of things were, let's just say, a pretty massive problem with my stream. Work ethic. Also, my voice isn't too loud and the background music isn't too loud, right? Or my voice isn't too soft and the background music isn't too loud right now? Just asking to double check and confirm. Either way, continuing. Principles. Yes. Sound is good for me? Good. That's good. I like it when audio balance is correct, and I don't have to actually work on it super hard. You know? But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do it live. But anyways, regardless. Streaming principles. I created a list of 20 streaming principles. If you cannot tell, I have crippling ADHD. But regardless, streaming principles. So, I created a list of 20 streaming principles to guide my streaming and work when I got back into it. So, on the list, I'll read out the titles and, well, mainly explain them to you just because I kind of want to share what I have thought about. So, number 1 is be passionate. Being passionate's like pretty important if you want to stream, obviously. I'm already passionate about streaming, by the way. It's just that I have definitely had difficulties with streaming in the past. Not due to any lack of passion or anything like that. More due to, let's just say executive functioning issues. Because my executive function is not quite good. Very, 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 very not good. Let me just say that. But if I end up doing something like, let's say, creating a stream for myself, a stream time for myself, and announcing it in advance, I can be more passionate than ever. And also, I just like streaming. I love it. It's wonderful. Second, even if I don't feel 100%, I should work. Now, like, this kind of differs a little bit because, like, there are moments where obviously you shouldn't work, even if you want to work when you're not feeling 100%, like if you're sick, for example, or if you have, say, a massive family issue going on. But when I'm just sleepy or tired, in the past I've had issues where sleep, tiredness, all sorts of stuff have drawn me to not stream. But I just don't want to do that anymore. I just want to stream regardless. 3. If something's getting in the way, instead of just giving up, I should work around it. I mean, this one's obvious. Number 4 is just write and record videos, so that's not super important. Number 5, though, is something that is actually pretty important. Number 5 is maintaining an internal schedule as opposed to an external schedule. When it comes to an internal schedule, what I mean is more along the lines of, well, I will create a schedule for things that I want to stick to, but I won't necessarily be sharing it with everyone. But you will be able to tell when I will be doing things on that schedule because they will generally be pretty similar in like scope and like time periods and stuff like that. But still. Number 6 is drink water. I mean, that one is kind of obvious, at least in my opinion. As a streamer, yeah, drink water. Always. Love drinking water. Number 7, work as much as possible and as often as possible, but don't overdo it. So basically that's because I don't want to burn out. Burning out is bad. Not burning out is good. So, yeah, pretty much. Have an exit plan for when I'm frustrated. There's been a couple of problems in the past where I've gotten a bit too carried away with the stream, to be completely honest. A bit too carried away with getting annoyed at a particular thing in a particular game. Hollow Knight Silksong is a pretty good example of this. But regardless, the plan that I have is now, instead of continuing that, I should just find a way to cool off. Next is stuff like have clear boundaries, which is like obvious, chat. Hopefully obvious to you. Then I need to try new things, not sacrifice my integrity for the sake of like money or anything. Do market research. Follow a guide that I have been given access to somewhere. Always be consistent. Even if I stream, I should be finding time to do stuff with friends regardless, because, well, like, you don't really want to, like, not do things with friends. Don't be afraid to reach out to other VTubers because networking is a necessity in the VTuber world. If you want to grow or anything like that, use my socials. Use my social media as a networking platform, obviously. Put effort into improving my stream, of course, which is like obvious. Don't. And now, the two last principles, the most important principles. 19. Don't aim for perfection. Okay, so let me explain here. So a lot of the time, issues I have had in the past with streaming is, well, basically they all come down to, oh, I am not going to be doing perfectly. Okay, time for me to do something else. But I do not want to do that anymore. Like, I want to fail. I want to try, fail, and try again, and do it better again next time. A big reason for this is like, you know, have you ever listened to, well, I mean, you probably have, but if you're a decent fan of Hololive, this might start to sound a little bit silly to you if you're not, but since you are, if you are, I mean, and I assume some people in my chat would be fans of Hololive, basically, I watched a Hololive music video that was about not about not actually caring about perfection and like always doing your best regardless of whether if you fail or not, because you can always try twice or something along those lines. Basically, it was Cecilia Immergreen's original song Wind Up, which actually gave me a hint of inspiration last year. But also, the inspiration allowed me to, like, think about things in a good way. In a way where I was like, you know, I really don't need to do that, do I? I really don't need to be perfect. I can just do what I want, and even if I fail, that doesn't make me a bad streamer or anything like that. It just makes me, well, you know, someone who needs to work on streaming, basically. Someone who needs to be trying their best. Also, hi Hiker, Sebastian, Big Queen? I don't know if I ever mentioned... Oh, this must be an inside joke or something. Also, hi Hiker there. But yes, no perfection. Try, and if I fail, try again. That's the way I do it. And finally, number 20, which probably is going to sound the absolute silliest to the vast majority of you, but I mean, like, is kind of something I have been hoping for a bit, is to be a shining star of hope. Which, I mean, you know, it's a silly principle, but like, I just want to be someone who can be there for chat if you need me. Well, like, not like, not necessarily, like, if you need me super hard, like, there's going to be a limit, boundaries. But also, I want to be a shining star of hope regardless. Always keep trying. If I find an obstacle, I want to work until I get annoyed, then let that annoyance go away and continue trying. I want to be someone who can always bring a smile to the face of a chatter, laughter to their heart, and to show love and kindness as, well, you know, these days you kind of need something like that to keep going. Yeah, that probably sounds really silly, but that's just the way I am feeling, really. Anyways, all that aside, let me give you a quick update as to where I have been in life. So, well, basically, before last year, I was going to a university to learn a bunch of stuff. But last year was the graduation ceremony for that university. So, yeah. With that said, I had a bit of a problem where, without an outside influence telling me to do something, or like saying, hey, Aiko, you should go do something like this, I was usually just like, but if I do it, won't I just fail? And in that case, isn't it better to just fail than not actually succeed? But no, it's not better to fail than just try, and it is better to fail than to not try at all. That's what I was trying to say. It's better to try and fail than it is to not try at all. Because if you try, you have a chance of succeeding. Whereas if you don't try, you don't even have a chance of failure, but you especially do not have a chance of success. If that makes any sense to any of you, chat. Either way, that is what brought me to today. There have also been a few, family issues, as well as a few tiny little things that have, kind of made things get a little messed up for me. But at the same time, I need something that I want to do that keeps me feeling productive, healthy, and happy. And for me, even just streaming would help me feel productive, healthy, and happy. Streaming in and of itself isn't necessarily the most admirable thing, of course, but I still do want to stream, because streaming being something that I do means that I have something I can put hours into, and then once I've finished with it, regardless of whether or not I achieved the goal that I put before me, I end up being a lot happier with myself if I do stream than if I don't stream. A lot lot happier. Significant amounts, if you can catch my drift. But either way, I need a quick sip of tea because my throat is starting to get a little hurt. Tea with honey does wonders for the throat, by the way. I love tea with honey. It's delicious and healthy. Also especially sugary, but like, that doesn't matter right now, chat. That doesn't matter right now. Regardless, continuing on with what I was saying, I also plan to get some, I also plan to do some at least semi-regular video creation and publication because, well, you know, creating videos is a good way to get people to look at your channel. And it also is a good way to help people figure out something that they haven't figured out yet. You know? I like that. I like that a lot. It is very nice and very fun. Also, thank you, Sebastiana. Thank you. Or Sebastian, whichever. Nice, hot, warm tea. I'm also, to be clear, going to be focusing a lot of my content around Yu-Gi-Oh! But I am also going to be focusing my content around other things as well. Because, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a pretty big thing for me, honestly. It's a pretty big part of my life. It's something I really, really like to do. I'm also thinking about, you know, potentially learning some new things and doing new things on stream. Like, for instance, drawing. I want to learn how to draw. Maybe do some writing on stream since, well, I'm at least an amateur writer, so I like to write. So writing on stream would be something that I would find a lot of fun and also very rewarding because I'd allow people to see my personal progress with writing, you know? It's the thing that I am gonna do, and it's gonna be good and be a lot of fun. I actually ended up making a list for things I wanted to talk about, but before I did this, I actually crossed all the list out. There's also... I think that I might be able to actually read it if I use the correct light. Done that. Okay. Hold on a sec, chat. I just need to get a torch. Well, to be clear, it's not exactly a torch. It is closer to a... closer to a battery pack that has a torch inside of it. But regardless, it does double as a torch, which is nice. But anyways, yeah, that's basically a good number of the things I've wanted to talk about, but I have forgotten. I can't read the list because I was silly and crossed it out. Yay, past me is honestly fair enough, I guess. I'm better to, well, you know, do other stuff than, like, actually successfully, you know. I don't know the best way to say it, really. But still, let me actually write up a list now on a piece of paper. So, what I'm going to do. By the way, I am an extremely slow writer, so please be gentle with me. So, obviously, the first answer to the question is I am going to create more content in the future. Stream, videos, other sorts of stuff like that. Like, I just wanted to at least put myself out there more, since, you know, a lot of the things that I have been having trouble with, I've gotten over, aside from the actual creation part. And that is ideally what I'm gonna do this time. Then there is collabs. I'm gonna try and, like, reach out to other VTubers, potentially to collaborate on stream things. Like streaming collaborative games. Streaming, like, just silly stuff. Like, even the silliest stuff would be absolutely fine. I have a few people who have been friendly to me in the past, so, you know, I will try my best for that. 3. The third thing, Alright, being open. Being open about my life situation. Well, not the most open, because, like, obviously I don't want someone to, like, just, you know. But being more open would be kind of me. So, being more open, I am actually officially looking for jobs. This is not a thing that I am going to ask anyone on stream to help me with necessarily, because I am going to do my best to get some jobs, regardless of whether or not they are, you know. I have a few jobs in mind, as well as a couple of job applications, but I do not want to exactly say what they are because, well, you know, that sort of thing is a bit silly. Now on 4, maybe I can explain. Yes, that makes sense actually. I think 4 is going to be take more risks. Because, well, you see, I was kind of, you know, stagnant. Really stagnant. So, I don't want to be stagnant anymore. And the best way to not be stagnant? Become a risk taker. I guess. Kind of? Yeah. Kind of, Banner. As for 5, the 5th thing I'm going to do. What would be a good thing? I know obviously I want to share more things about stuff, but like, Alright. I am going to be more active on my social media, which I kind of explained already, but like at the same time, this is different than like just using it to reach out and as a thing for like networking with other Vtubers. I personally want to try using social media as a part of my content creation strategy. And well, yeah, basically, I want to use it to be good. Hi, Hiker! J-Hero. Hi, Hiker. How was my break? My break was quite good. I can't actually say quite good, but it was okay. But I'm talking, when I say that my break or semi-hiatus existed, I'm less talking about like, just me streaming Horror Night semi-regularly. Or me streaming on occasion every so often. When I talk about ending my semi-hiatus, what I'm talking about is getting back into the swing of streaming regularly different content of different kinds on multiple days per week in order to keep a productive time or something along those lines. Regardless, yeah, I'm going to do my best to do that. And the main reason I'm gonna do it, because I want to stream, not because I have to stream, because I want to. This is what I want to do. I want to stream a lot. I like streaming. It is very, very fun. Very good. I'm a bit silly sometimes, a bit chaotic sometimes, but overall, I like it. Oh yeah, next, obviously number 6. That is super fair and we will all be here to support you. You only have one more question. Am I ready for Yummy? I am absolutely ready for Yummy. But anyways, as I was saying, number 6. This is actually probably going to be one of the most important ones. So, I have a Discord chat, in case you didn't know, which is like obvious, obvious for some of you, but for others, it's not exactly something that I share super often in chats in the stream. But regardless, the thing about that is I am going to restructure and revitalize the Discord. Create a new thing for it and create new roles, make new channels, use new bots, talk there a lot more often, obviously. and also like properly actually add roles that you can react to in order to see the specific notifications that you want to see. Because as of right now, essentially what happens is I am doing most of the posting in the announcements, and I'm doing the schedule posting. There's very few other things that are being used, but I can actually say that I mainly just want to make this an actual, make my Discord an actually proper place for using, chatting, and just hanging out and stuff. I know I said that very weirdly, but basically I'm going to revitalize the Discord, cut down on a lot of the channels, chat there a lot more often, and basically that's about it. Gonna change around the thingy things too. The channel, what's it called? The channel server stuff. And by channel server stuff, I mean the categories and the, just the channels. I mean, we don't have enough. It's way too big for now, at least. But there are ways that I can hope I can try my best to actually create a good content Discord, and also a good community Discord for people to chat in, and also chat in that community Discord myself. So yeah, basically that's about it. Well, not about it actually. There's still some things that I want to talk about. For instance, I am going to try and switch up my workflow. Make it much easier for me to do stuff with the streams than to not do stuff with the streams. You probably have heard the dog back there. That is a dog that I enjoy having, and he is cute, but he is sometimes a very silly dog. Let me just say. Either way, regardless, yeah, I have a few big things coming up soon. Actually, I only really have one super massive thing coming up soon, which is a big Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. But aside from that, I have almost all the time in the world to stream. And with that, I will do my best. I'll try again until I succeed and don't fail. Really want to succeed. And I will also make sure to be careful not to burn out, because burning out is the absolute worst thing to happen if you're a streamer. Seriously. I previously have burnt out, but, well, let's just say I've managed to actually come to a conclusion when it comes to a lot of the things I have burnt out about, specifically, like the community, people, stuff like that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm also going to try to create new, different kinds of content like singing, which isn't exactly new, but I want to actually take singing super seriously, you know? So does that mean we can have tournaments? Actually, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Community events is a very good idea, including tournaments. Hi, Cartoon Magic. And thank you. In the Discord. Yes, in the Discord, ideally. Eight. Host community events. I am doing quite well. And this is my return stream, back from how I used to. Back from every single little thing that I used to be like. Well, not every single little thing that I used to be like, but like back from the brink. Back to streaming again. Regularly and with regular content and stuff like that. Sorry, there was just a very, very weird sounding buzz nearby. I don't know what that came from. It must have come from somewhere outside or something. Shouldn't be a massive problem. Ah, yes, the YouTube glitch. Hold on, let me just, properties, refresh cache of current page. There we go. That's much better. Although I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to change up the provider for my chat because, well, you know. Well, the service I get my chat through, that is to say. Because currently the one I'm getting it through is Streamlabs, and while Streamlabs is actually pretty good to most of the time, there's unfortunately a little bit of annoying things that happens with Streamlabs when you are not talking in there, or like when people aren't talking in there. Speaking of, 9, change OBS. Assets. That one is also pretty important, at least in my opinion, because OBS assets are quite nice, but at the same time, they, they can sometimes go a little wild. Just a little wild. You're hyped to see me get back to Master Duel? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Toon Magic. That is very kind of you to say. Also, another important thing. 10, take care of my voice. As a streamer, my voice is my personal, my voice is a lot of me. Like, it's the only thing realistically that you'll hear of me. So, it's the main thing that I want to keep safe, working, and proud, basically. So, I need to be very careful in order to not actually just, really break my voice or anything. But yeah, that's really about the vast majority of the stuff that I've been thinking about doing since I came back, really. There's not really much else. I mean, actually, yeah, there is a slight thing that I have learned that would be interesting to some people. A health update. So, health update. There is a distinct chance that I might have celiac disease. Yay! That means if I eat gluten, my stomach literally rebels against me. And that means that I do not have a lot of time to do many things outside of a particular room in the house. Which is not great fun. Not great fun at all. Earlier, of course, there have been a couple of other health problems that I've had that I've given updates about, like, sleep apnea and just general health issues. But if you haven't heard of those, then yeah, I have sleep apnea, apparently. Which means that if I don't sleep with a thing, I feel absolutely horrible. But that's about that. I also think that I am going to do a... Oh, yeah, I know the next one. This will be the last one, but I am going to try and watch other Vtubers, which is probably surprising to say, for me to say at least, considering you probably assume as a Vtuber I already watch Vtubers. But no, I have a bit of trouble getting into watching Vtubers when I have a lot of stuff that I already do in the day, and I get distracted, and, all sorts of other things. But I am going to start watching other Vtubers, do my best to study them, and learn from the greats. Yay! Watch other Vtubers and learn from them. Full stop. Now, with that said, I think I am a bit tuckered out from talking for so long. That's kind of what happens when you don't stream for a while, by the way. When you don't stream for a while, generally, your vocal cords tend to stop being used to, stuff like chatting for hours at a time, being something like that. It's kind of sad. I wish your vocal cords could just, adapt. But no, they have to start hurting and stuff because vocal cords need to have regular strain put on them for them to get used to that regular strain or something along those lines. Either way, with that said, thanks everyone for coming. I am going to be doing some more streaming later this week on Wednesday. For me. For you all, it will probably be Tuesday still, or Wednesday super early morning. But I am gonna be there. Hope to see you next time. And with that, let me just say one last thing. Bye-bye, Kerr. Bye-bye.